Hey, hey. All right. So, Leos, let's go ahead and jump on in, Leos. We shall see. What do we got here? We have the card of charity. Um, I did release a kind of like an epic two-part video that you'll find under the video tab. I didn't record it as a live stream like I normally do. It's under the videos tab. Kind of like how I released that our signs and symbols video that I try to put out at 5 a.m. Um, that this card came up there as well. It doesn't come out frequently is the only reason I'm mentioning it, for it to come up first and foremost. Let me get one more out of this deck. I don't know if somebody is needing something from Leo and Leo knows. Look, I'm going to say this looks like celestial power. Yes, Leo is saying, come to me. Come to me. I feel like Leo has very warm energy toward person. And you notice that the arms are outstretched, like, come to me. And even here, same thing. There's like a divine warmth and gentleness that Leo is extending to someone. Now we have the swan. Swans do mate for life, but we only have one swan here. I'm wondering, especially with the moon here twice and the energy of celestial power, and clearly, someone's got angel wings, and both of these cards speak of an individual that has a great capacity to tap into like divine unconditional love. And I'm feeling like this is Leo sensing that there is a person out there that they would want to extend a safe haven to, someone who maybe they're thinking about that crosses their mind. I think if somebody crosses Leo's mind and Leo has that surge of like, warmth or the welcoming arms or the, if this person ever wants to reach out to me, I would warmly receive them. It feels like Leo is thinking beautiful thoughts about someone that they care for. I don't know who this person is yet, but I'm guessing that the divine is part of like why Leo thinks of them. Maybe the divine is helping Leo to remember this person or have them at the forefront of Leo's mind a little bit. 10 of Swords and the Emperor. So first off, I'm really glad to see the person that Leo thinks so highly of and is sending warmth to is indeed a person who is very honorable, a really great person. I mean, an emperor is an amazing individual. They're look, everybody needs support, even an emperor, although emperors tend to be individuals that are, they obviously can stand on their own 2 feet, but that doesn't mean that somebody doesn't need support, doesn't need that gentleness, that kindness. And if he's recently had to make a decision that was a very serious one in his own life, we've got a 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is a powerful ending, a painful ending, something that, it could have felt like a big old black hole they were getting sucked into, and they had to say, no, I won't deal with this anymore. This could be a recently single or recently like shifting directions kind of character. There's a bat here in front, which so I happen to love bats. When I saw bats at a zoo, I had no idea how adorable they are. I know some people are like afraid of bats. I don't know how. They're so cute. They're like little tiny doggies with wings, and they just are. They're so cute the way they move and stuff. Oh, I just loved the bat cave. So all I can say is we all have different things that we're afraid of. I have no fear of bats. I think they're darling. So this is very nice in my opinion. But bats, especially fruit bats, oh God, they're so cute to watch eat. But I'm wondering if, because bats, are nocturnal animals, maybe this emperor has not had good sleep in a while, especially if they had to face something really big, they had to experience a loss, or they had to go through a self-imposed like ending. This could be somebody who's recently been divorced, and that's hard no matter what, even if it's for a very good reason. And this is putting an end to a long drawn out, stressful and painful scenario that I don't think Leo is privy to. Except in that energetic realm, I think Leo is thinking very kind emotions towards someone. But that gentleness, that softness is being extended to them. And I believe it is at a time where, because bats are both nocturnal and they also, they do like that echolocating thing. Also, they're, sonar. Did I say that right? So is it called sonar? I'm sorry, I'm blanking out right now. That's what whales use, but is it still called the same when it's above ground or above the water? I'm so sorry that I'm blanking right now. In any case, they can tell where sounds bounce back to them. And so I feel like there's this energy of like, he's even sent out a vibe toward Leo. Like, I went through something really tough. God, I could use that softness or that energy. Do you know, Emperor, do you know who Leo is? Did you send a thought to Leo? Four of Cups. Four of Cups is illusions. It's boredom. It's disappointment. It's missed opportunities. Nine of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, whether or not they meant to, they did think of Leo. I'm wondering if this person had a chance a little while ago that they didn't end something soon enough, so they missed their shot to go and talk to Leo in a way they should have or could have. Maybe they were, still dealing with a long drawn out ending, and perhaps there was like a timing where they could have already connected to Leo but missed a chance. There's something here where I feel as if it's like they're having to wait another, I want to say like 4 months or something now before they'll like be in Leo's neck of the woods, or because there's something here where it's like a little bit out of sight, but energetically there's still a connection to Leo. And I was just asking, did you send out the spidey senses toward Leo? Like, I just ended something, and on one hand, I'm proud of myself for doing this, Leo, but God, I wish I had done it sooner, because then I could have been more direct. Instead, I'm going to have to wait a little now before I can directly contact Leo. Well, all I can say is Leo got the vibe. Leo got the energetic message anyway. What is this? Tell me more. What are you trying to send to Leo? Chariot in the reverse. I can't come towards you right now, Leo. And I'm bummed about that, because even though I just ended something in my life, now I have this other like complication. Either they're at a distance, because this Chariot card, if it were upright, we would see, somebody who's traveling, and we've got the map here, and we've got them on horseback with their cape and everything. But it's like I can't even tell Leo this right now because it's too much going on. Five of Swords. See, I think they're still dealing with the fallout of something. I don't know if ending something, because it does look like they ended something with another person who the person they ended things with might act very wounded. Like, I didn't know this was coming. They didn't do this to cause grief to another person. They did this because it was the right decision to make. But when it comes to Leo, they're wishing that they had already, I think, done this, but now they're dealing with the fallout of something. So there's another delay before they'll ever be able to like really connect to Leo and like share their thoughts with Leo. Or what do you want from Leo? Let me ask it that way. What is it that you're going to want from Leo someday? Ace of Swords in the reverse. My first thought is, don't leave me, Leo. Like, don't cut me out of your life. But let me see. Ace of Cups. What they do want of Leo, or what they will want of Leo once, they cannot approach Leo right now. There's too much fallout around them. There's too many other things. Anytime you end something, it doesn't mean that it's, okay, that part of my life is over, no more trouble. Especially if it's, let's say this is somebody who's formally breaking up with somebody, moving out, divorcing, whatever this may be. There's a dismantling that has to happen after the decision is made. And during that dismantling process, that's what your major focus is, right? So when I say, what is it that they want from Leo, that Ace of Swords in the reverse can be like, I don't want Leo to ask me truthful questions. I just want them to love me. That's one way I could interpret this. But they're an emperor upright. They're not being dishonorable. In fact, I think the fact that they are appropriately waiting, and maybe even the way that they have played things out was all with honor. They're an emperor upright, so we can't read them in a negative, because they don't, we can't, they're not sideways or reverse. So I have to say that wouldn't be the correct interpretation. They're not an emperor that is sideways or reverse. So they're not like, oh, I hope Leo just doesn't ask me any questions and I hope they just fall in love with me. I would say my first instinct of, I hope Leo will be somebody that won't ever leave me. That I could picture an emperor, speaking from their heart and saying, I love this Leo. I hope this Leo will love me and I hope they won't leave me one day when I can, like offer Leo something significant. Right now I'm dealing with a lot of fallout. Leo, I can't muddy any waters between me and Leo. I have to deal with whatever this ending is. Somebody could be quite angry at them with the Five of Swords, be crying foul, be really pissed off. How dare you break things off with me? Even though the Emperor is doing it in a very straightforward way. And I don't think that they're doing it so that they can just like, oh, I like Leo better, I'm going to trade up, so I'm going to break it off with you to go get with Leo. Again, an Emperor in the upright this is a whole different scenario. They're going to be super honorable. This isn't like somebody who's running game with Leo while still married to somebody else. We don't have murkiness. We don't have muddying of the waters. Could this be someone who, they've had a troubled connection? That troubled connection has been coming to an end anyway. And somehow, some way, they encountered Leo and they know that they have emotions for Leo. Sure. Yes. Anybody can fall in love with somebody from afar without, having dated them yet. You can think somebody's a wonderful person, a beautiful person. You have feelings for them. And you also know you're not free to explore those feelings yet, but you would like to. Obviously, there's a bond between themselves and Leo. Look, the die has been cast. Right now, there is silence. We have the Three of Wands, which talks about the upcoming future. In the meantime, I feel like there will be nothing more than energetic, I feel like, look, Leo might think of them in music. Leo might read sheet music or something, or be a musician, or maybe they're writing a piece of music. There's music notes. I know it's hard to see with the lighting how it is, but there's music notes going all the way across this feminine's head. And I'm just wondering if there's like this energy of the celestial music. Like, I think Leo, there could even be a piece of music that has their name in it, or Leo is prompted to write a piece of music or poetry or something, or they are about Leo. For all I know, this is them saying, I can't see Leo just yet, but I can write a song about them. I can write poetry about them. I don't know if Leo has red hair. The color red is associated, or orangey red is associated on all three of these. Here, it's much more gold. So maybe like reddish, strawberry blonde, gold. I don't know if that's Leo's like hair tone, or if those are just the colors they associate with her. Maybe a lot of their feelings for her have much to do with like, colors are a great way to express emotion. Just like music and poetry is a great way to turn emotion into vocabulary. We have got the Page of Wands in the reverse. They will not be stepping across and delivering any of this to Leo, though. They're not going to do something that is, remember, we're rocking with an emperor right now. Emperors are not going to come in as pages. They come in as the real deal. They don't do, even if they are inspired to like write a song or, create poetry or whatever this is, something that describes how they feel about Leo. They're not going to then, text it to Leo when they're not communicating with Leo. They'll probably keep it to themselves, or they won't broach this subject until they can display it properly to Leo, until they can own it and say the full story on all of this. Can we go back over to Leo? Why is Leo getting the vibe? And again, it's kind of like their divine gift or power. Leo could just be a very, very, very intuitive and obviously like charitable person. Somebody's name could be like, I don't know, like Leo's name could be like Charlie or Charlene, or something that starts with a CH sound to it, or CH spelling like a Christy or something. It doesn't have to be it could also be Celeste, or something with a C, a K, a ch, k, something like that sound. It doesn't have to be. It's just I don't. I feel like that connects back to the vocabulary, which connects back to the poetry or the music or something. Maybe there's a song. Now I'm hearing, "Oh Cherry Baby." Cherry Baby, and then I'm hearing My Sharona, and I like and Come On Eileen, and just like all kinds of songs that have like a woman's name in them. We have the moon. As far as Leo goes, I would just say, why and how are they picking up on this kind of like vibe? It's intuition. It's not anything direct. It's just Leo could have dreams about them. And I say dreams, I think that's important because it's plural. I think Leo is having this person, we have the moon on both of these cards, and then we have it is the moon. So I'm going to say Leo's subconscious night after night is getting a buzz about them. And I feel like these are good dreams. Now I'm hearing Buddy Guy's version, I'll have dreams to remember. Good dreams, love dreams. Now that song is actually sad though. It's, honey, I saw you there last night with another man's arms holding you tight. Nobody knows how I feel inside. All I know is I walked away and cried. I'll have dreams to remember.